You might be kind of confused by the title of this video, but basically what I meant by it is when I say, "Are you Malcolm X?" It's a metaphor for, are you going to stand up against the injustice against not just yourself but your community? I think a lot of times, black folks, we kind of sit back and we wait for somebody to take charge, and because of the lack of fathers being in the home, I think a lot of, especially the young black males, we lack leadership. We lack the courage to go out there and make the first step. Black folks in general, a lot of times we look at, the church to be the movement of our community, or we look at people like, President Obama. I'm not saying that's not somebody you can look up to and say, be honored that, he made it to that level, but at the same time, we see a lot of things that, he's not doing, but we cannot sit back and wait for other people to make the first move or say the things that needs to be said. It starts with you as a person, you taking the initiative to speak up when you see wrongdoing in your community, or you see things that are going on that's injustice towards your people. It's up to you. It's not for you to look to the right or look to the left or look at what the church is going to do, or what Al Sharpton or Jesse Jackson or President Barack Obama did. It's not up to us to look at them and look at what they're going to do. Those people out there, those who do speak up for things that go on within the black community, kudos to them. But at the same time, we need those people who are just regular people, don't have the big fan base, or not on TV, are not famous, but just those everyday black people, especially the black men, that stand up and start taking back what's ours. When you see people, in your community, whether it's people outside, of our ethnicity, meaning black people, or people with inside of our ethnicity, when you see them doing wrong or being destructive, it's up to you to check them. If you go to any other community, they don't allow that. We see how blacks go in certain communities and you're harassed by the police, or you could just be riding down the street. Maybe you got a flat tire in the wrong neighborhood. White folks pick up the phone, call the police to come and check and see what the hell you doing in their neighborhood. But why is it that in the black community, people can come in, open up businesses, don't do anything for our community, don't hire our people, just basically come and rape us financially or rape us criminal wise, and we do nothing about it? We sit around and look, or we go in the barber shop or the beauty salon and just complain and talk about what's going on in the community, instead of us taking charge and demand that things are done properly in our community. I doubt that we have another Malcolm X, or another Martin Luther King, or those who have came before us and set the blueprints and did the groundwork for us to have better opportunities here in America, or in this world in general. And I don't just want to single out those who are known, maybe nationally wide. I'm talking about the everyday people, those people that we would never even hear about. We might not never even know their name, but they sacrificed and they did things, and they fought for the betterment of the black community. I'm talking about those people. And that's why, I advocate about us, calling each other niggas and everything, because, when you really sit back and you think about it, it's really a slap in the face to all those who have came before us and were beaten and killed. And, that might have been the last words they heard, or they was hearing that on a day-to-day basis. Or, they weren't even addressed as sir or ma'am, or addressed by their actual name. They were just called a nigga or a nigger. And that's why, I advocate that all the time. Some listen to me, some try to practice it, some don't give a damn. But it's like I said, for those who want to cause disruption, for those who feed into a lot of negativity that go on within our community, we need to deal with those type of people. You need to check their ass. For those outside of our community that try to come around and cause disruption. You need to check them. Don't come down just on your own people, which a lot of times, we're conditioned to do. But then you don't talk about those outside that come and do things within our community. So, I just want to ask that question. Are you Malcolm X? Are you Dr. Martin Luther King? Are you Huey P. Newton? Are you the next leader? And it starts in the home. And when it starts in the home, it will breed out into the community. But, I just want to make this video, just for everybody to have something to think about, Are you that next person? Are you going to stand up? Or are you going to fall to the wayside? And let those ignorant people come in and rape you for your future and your kids' future?